is February 18th, and today Tia left about 7:30 a.m. to go to work after her long 3-day weekend, which I only got to see her about this amount of time. And while we were saying goodbye, she said, "Well, I figured you wanted to eat lunch with me today since you didn't get to see me all weekend. But I bought all that food for lunch and I made you lunch, and why didn't you tell me this yesterday or last night or something?" So anyway, when she left, I went back up to bed until about 10 o'clock, but then she started texting me. At 8:30, she texted me that the Waves of Disney shirts and sweatshirts had arrived, according to the tracking. And I'm like, well, the doorbell never rang. Now, I say she texted me at 8:30. I didn't actually get it until I woke up at like 10:30. Um, Let me see. What time did I actually begin texting her? She said the Waves of Disney shirts got here. That was at 8:22. And then 9:30. Yeah. So about 10:30. Sorry about that. About 10. I'm trying to make sure my time frames are right. So about 10:30, I actually checked, and she said that they had arrived, and I was like, I didn't hear a doorbell ring because I have it all over the place that the doorbell needs to be rung, and if you don't get an answer, then put them in the backyard. So I didn't see anything out front, so good they didn't put it out front. There was nothing next to the garage, so good they didn't put it there. However, it was sitting on the back porch in a chair. Who knew they could actually follow at least that instruction? Although I did put it, I might have actually filled it out on the UPS website. I can't remember if I did that or not. But she also said that she was supposed to have lunch tomorrow with Anita because it was the scheduled time of the month for them to have their lunch. So tomorrow, Tuesday. So obviously that was another hint. I thought we were going to, maybe eat lunch or something. So I decided right then, I was like, okay, I'm going to surprise her. We're going to go eat lunch together. All right. So fast forward to, I believe it was like 11:30, 11:45. I'm on the road, and I'm going to meet Tia, and my car was fine. I went outside and let it, I warmed it up. I took the dogs out, used the bathroom. Everything was fine. No problems with the dogs. And when I finally left, no problems with the car. I got all the way to the interstate, right where you get on the entrance there on 153. And the wrench, the dreaded wrench, popped up again. Yes, this wrench popped up again. So I pulled into the BP and I checked the codes, and once again, there's that code right there. And I cleared them because, research on the internet has basically said if you clear the codes, then the computer won't be told to be in the limp home mode, and I do not want to be in limp home mode. So I cleared the codes out. We're good to go. I got all the way down to Tia's with no problem. Light footing it on the gas, not doing anything weird, not running the heat, not running the air, just driving as normal, even though I know that doesn't really have anything to do with it. I got there, and it was about 12 o'clock-ish, and I switched cars because we were not taking my car. One, it only had like 30 miles left worth of gas, and two, I did not want to drive it and something actually happen and us get stuck. So I'm sitting out front, and she texts me whenever I said I'm here, and she goes, "Oh, yay!" And she says, "Do I need to bring my bag?" And I'm thinking, well, her lunchbox? Well, no, you don't need to bring that. She comes out, she's like, well, "What are you doing in the passenger seat?" And I was like, "Because we're going to lunch." She goes, "But you said I need to bring my bag." I was like, "I meant you didn't need to bring your lunchbox." I thought she was going to come out and eat lunch while we were sitting in the car. So she went back in, got her purse, her bag, and we went to PDQ because I had a buy one, get one free chicken sandwich meal. We get there, and there was a huge line, like a huge line. And it was from the cash register all the way, the door was open. So we went over there and we waited, and we were like, well, maybe it'll just dwindle down. Because we've been there before, and the line goes pretty fast. And it's never been that long, but it's been long enough. 20 plus minutes later, we're still in line. So we finally get up the cash register. Now, they only have one cashier. They have 2 cash registers, 1 cashier. And 2 managers. One of those managers could have gotten on a cash register. So anyway, we get up there, and we're like, we have a coupon for a buy one, get one free meal. And he looks at me with this uh-oh look on his face and said, our coupon system is not functioning right now. He's like, but I can give you $3 off. And Tia looked at him and said, we just waited for over 20 minutes. If we can't at least get the same value as the coupon, we're going to leave. So he turned around and he looked at the manager and he's like, coupon. And she said, just do it for free. It sounded like she said, just do the buy one, get one free. Basically give them a free meal. I don't know if he misinterpreted that or whatnot, because I had my card ready to go into the slider, and he prints the thing, receipt comes out, and he goes, don't worry about it. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, don't worry about it, it's free. And I was like, the whole thing? I was like, we both looked at each other and we're like, we weren't asking for that, we just wanted to get the coupon. He's like, don't worry about it, it's free. And I was like, okay, thank you. I mean, we know what to say. And when we were standing in line, I took a picture, and I was going to write a little nasty note and be like, this is ridiculous. But Tia was just like, you are not writing a nasty note to them now that they gave us the meal for free. So, I mean, the manager might have heard, or somebody might have heard us say we were in that line for over 20 minutes waiting just to take our order. But I don't know. So 1 o'clock finally rolls around, and we get our food. So we were waiting for our food for probably another 20 minutes. And at 1:30 is about the time that we finally left. It was a little after 1:30. We finally left after a very long lunch break. I always tell Tia, though, just say, hey, I'm taking 2 15-minute smoke breaks on top of the lunch break. Because, you know, sometimes we'll leave and the same people will be out there smoking when we leave. And when we come back, they're out there smoking either again or they never went back inside. So Tia doesn't take smoke breaks, so she doesn't have the luxury of just constantly taking those breaks all day long. So that's not really fair. That's our justification, is she got an hour and a half lunch break because those people go outside and smoke 15 times a day and take 15, 20 minutes at a time. So, all right, so when I got home, I took the girls out. No problems. No problems at all. Dancer went. She was fine. She pooped. She peed. Actually, she peed, and then she eventually pooped. And Fidget did the same thing, and I just left the dogs downstairs by themselves. I had them fenced in there. Had them down there by themselves all day. So I went back upstairs, and Tia texts me. She goes, oh, well, you never answered my question about what would you pay for a 28-inch suitcase? And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to talk to you about it while we were at lunch, and then we never did. And I was like, well, it depends on the suitcase. Like, what's the theme, what's the material, and whatnot. I was like, but, I don't know, $50? Probably more than that, but I knew where she was going with this. It was a Disney-themed suitcase. I knew it was. And then I was like, I'm going to assume that's what it is, but you're not telling me, you're not giving me the information. So she finally was like, yeah, it's a Disney-themed suitcase. And apparently she had a 30% off thing from Kohl's, and some of the suitcases were, the cheapest one was $130, and it was for a 28-inch one. And I was like, first of all, I'm upset because I'm annoyed because we've had this discussion before about these Disney suitcases. We've got so many suitcases up in that attic that we never use and we really need to get rid of. But now she wants to buy another one, a Disney suitcase. And I think they're adorable. That's fine. But why are we going to spend the money on a suitcase now anyway? I mean, do it later, but now, first we're trying to pay things off, and you want to buy a $150 suitcase. Actually, it was more than that. Okay, so off my tirade there. I'm annoyed at this whole situation. But I don't want to say, no, you can't have the suitcase. But I did basically, I'm going to read exactly what I told her. I said, did you look at the Disney website? There are comparable prices there as well. And we get coupons every day from them. We actually had a 25% off coupon, and they were doing free shipping, and they were on sale. So there was a huge discount for, like, if we got the big suitcase and the hard plastic one at that. I said Disney has a 20% off coupon. I just checked, and it works with the luggage. So it's good for today only. Look on their site. There are more options if you are determined to buy one of these. I said there are more options if you're determined to buy one of these. At least look through all the options so that you can get one you really like. Don't buy something that you're just settling for, because Tia likes to do that. She likes to just settle for things. She obviously got that I was annoyed, and she eventually sent me another text that said, well, I've decided against it. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you decided against it. But next time you need to look at all of the different places, because she could have gotten, if she really was determined, she could have gotten the big suitcase, hard case, for I think it was like $140 free shipping. But instead, she wanted to get the smaller one that would have been a slightly less than that, but we could have gotten more for less. Anyway, she doesn't do the research, and that one thing that bugs me about her, she doesn't do any research. And she just wants to do it real fast. All right, I'm off my soapbox. She ended up not getting it. It doesn't really matter. So, but if she does, we need to make sure we research next time. So I went to sleep. I passed out. Like, I literally passed out. And I woke up at like 6:30-ish, kind of. Like, my eyes were sort of awake. And then like 7 o'clock, I actually woke up, full on woke up. Because Tia texted me and said, hey, I'm on my way home. And I was like, I've been sleeping all day since I got back home. So I was like, well, I need to act like I did something. So I ran into the bathroom and I started cutting my hair, because I told her I was going to cut it today at some point. And I totally didn't even think about it. And that was the first thing that popped in my head. I'd get up and start cutting my hair. So when she got home, I was pretty much done. I mean, you can see it's buzzed down now. It's not long. So that way it gives me a week to kind of grow it out a little bit before we go to Disney. If there's any mistakes, whatever. Good Lord. I'm drinking my kegged carbonated water and making me burp. So she gets home at 7:30. And stuff, things, whatever. Then we go into the kitchen, and Dancer's laying in the bathroom, just kind of like half in and half out of the bathroom, and almost looks like her foot's caught underneath the front door. It's not, but it looks like it is. We think that she actually lost her balance because of the slippery floor in there and got stuck and couldn't get back up. Then we tried to get her up to take her outside to use the bathroom, and she couldn't move her legs. I mean, it was like they were just numb. And they might have been from laying on that floor for that long, but she couldn't move. So we walked her carefully outside after we finally got her up. And I don't know, very unnerving. I don't know what's going on with that dog. First, she started to have diarrhea again. I think that went away because I looked earlier today, and it looked like, I mean, it was not solid, but it was better consistency than it had been, the previous day. And I lost my place because I'm reading off a thing here. Um, oh, that's right. Later on, we went upstairs and we were uh, taking pictures. Yeah, and I left her food. I left her food downstairs, um, so she could eat. And she did. She ate her food, most of it. She didn't eat all of it. And when I went back down, she was in her cage, and there was still probably a half a cup of food sitting in her bowl. She just didn't eat. But anyway, we went upstairs. I'll get back to Dancer in a minute. We went upstairs to take pictures that we're going to post on the Facebook page of our new Waves of Disney shirts. And I had them all set up in front of our little Disney shelving here. And these are our new sweatshirts. And she's got the shirt on. I have the sweatshirt on. And then we clapped and then boop. Now I've got the shirt on and she's got her sweatshirt on. So those are our new shirts that we're excited about getting. All right, so we also filmed a little video clip of us doing like the little Michael K thing where he claps and then we change shirts and stuff really quick. But anyway, I'm gonna edit that tonight. But we went back downstairs and we noticed that Dancer hadn't eaten all of her food, and so I actually filled up her bowl with Fidget's food because Fidget wasn't eating. Fidget actually went and ate the remainder of Dancer's food, which she has never done before because it's mushy and it's gross. And I put that in Dancer's cage, and she just laid there and she was like, didn't get up, but just ate it. And then I took Dancer out later on that night, and she was having issues. She tried to pee and she kind of fell down and whatnot. So anyway, I tried to walk her around, but she didn't use the bathroom, hoping she doesn't go in her cage. But basically, we put a yoga mat underneath her cage so that she could walk out without slipping on that tile. And we'll see how she does. She's down there right now. I tried to take her out earlier and she peed, but she didn't do anything else. I'm going to take her out later on and hopefully she'll be able to do what she needs to do. Well, we made salads. I was like, Tia, do you want like a Reese cup or something? And she was like, well, I was going to see if we can get something little to eat. And I was like, well, I can make a small salad for each one of us. So I did. And then we each had a Reese cup. And we watched some Disney videos. And then Tia went to bed. And I'm going to go check on Dancer to see how she does. And then that's our day. I am going to be going and eating lunch with Tia tomorrow because Anita apparently had a huge accident. She fell and broke her leg and broke her wrist, and so she's at home. So she's not going to have lunch with Tia. So I'm going, and I have a dentist appointment to get this stupid tooth patched right here. And then I'm going to meet Tia for lunch. And so that is my day today. I will see you tomorrow.